This week on the Kayak Fishing Show, we are at Ackland's Island, Bahamas. I'm hooking up with my good buddy James McBeth. We're going after bonefish, permit, tuna, whatever fish we can find at this beautiful location. Stick around. The Kayak Fishing Show is brought to you by Seagar, the inventor and perfecter of fluorocarbon fishing lines and leaders. We landed here in Nassau, Bahamas. We've got a day before we head to Ackland's Island, and James realized that he lost his lucky hat. So I have volunteered to help him find a hat. So he's going that way, I'm going that way.
It's a hat. We're literally where hats are made, like by hand. And I haven't quite found the one for me. I'm like, it's 5:30, they're closing down right now. There's no way. I hope Jim finds a hat. I'm pretty sure Jim's working on it. Jimmy. Yeah, I know, I'm still looking. It's like 5:30 and I need to get that hat or I'm gonna fry. Did you find anything?
Thank you.
You've been looking, right? All right, I got one more spot. I like the drawstring.
Make you a Bahama Papa.
I really hope Jim's found a hat, because I'm not having any luck at all.
Okay, go.
No Roman, no cry. No woman, no cry.
Well, I searched and I finally found James a hat yesterday. And this morning we jumped on the plane to Salina Point Bonefish Lodge on Ackland Island. Looking out the window here, it's a lot of whitecap, so it's predicted to be pretty windy for the first 2 days and then die off. So looking forward to a really good trip. Can't wait to land. When we arrived, Felton picked us up, brought us to the lodge.
Felton Rowland is the owner of Salina Point Bonefish Lodge. It's situated in the middle of nowhere. There's absolutely nobody around. We drove probably for about 40 miles, didn't see a single person, and to this moment, still haven't seen anybody else but us.
Spent some time gearing up, but the weather has really moved in. It's very, very windy, raining. We're hoping it'll die down later this evening. We might get a chance to go fishing, but I think we're gonna have a chance to kick back and relax. But if you gotta kick back and relax, this remote place is a great place to do it. So our first day of fishing, we got up nice and early, had a good breakfast, got our kayaks all rigged up, and made a run across the large bay to the first fishing spot. Hoping to kind of get tucked up in this area out of the wind. I mean, it was already blowing 20 miles an hour, but you know, the signs were good that we would at least try to get a little bit of shelter from the wind and get on some fish. Dude, that was a little bonefish was cruising right here, right next to me. And of course, it was too close for me to cast to. He's on the board!
So I'm gonna go crowd Jim for a bit. He loves it. You know when he catches a fish, everybody joins him. Here I come, Jim.
James is on.
I got a nice little mangrove snapper on the Bend Anglers. You can see the rescinding hook that comes out, pulls it out, gets it away from the bait so the bait doesn't get wrecked by that teeth. And we got a snapper. Okay, cheers.
So, day one, we're just gonna stick it out here and see if it works. The wind is supposed to be dying tomorrow, so hopefully it's gonna get better.
The Kayak Fishing Show is brought to you by Seagar, the inventor and perfecter of fluorocarbon fishing lines and leaders. Ray Marine, simply superior. Jackson Kayak, outdoor to the core. Yak Attack, make it yours. Kokatat, manufacturing paddle gear in Arcata, California for more than 50 years. Werner, a great fishing paddle is a great paddling paddle, and that's a Werner paddle.
So yesterday was super windy. Today is a little less windy, but still very, very windy. We actually went and eyeballed an area with some beautiful blue water this morning. So once that wind dies down, all this is going to be so much more fishable in some of the most beautiful water I've ever seen.
We're gonna do a lot of wading today and already seen fish.
Just a lot of walking, a lot of hunting. Finally saw a few bonefish. I saw 3 of them kind of in line. And for once, I actually made a good cast. And I put it right in front and I just saw the fish turn on it and boom, I was on. I've not caught a lot of bonefish, but man, they're so fast and so exciting, so strong. I really, really enjoyed it and it made all that walking worthwhile. Oh man, what a struggle this has been in this wind. Finally got one in the right position that I could actually cast to with the wind. Whew. Whew.
Looks like Jimmy saw a couple of bones, so I'm gonna do what I did yesterday, just go right next to him. He loves that, loves it. Hey Jimmy, wait for me. Kaboosh, kaboosh, kaboosh.
So I know we're wade fishing, so it may seem odd that I'm wearing my PFD, but honestly, it's kind of nice because it's got, you know, the little fly patch here. It's got all the pockets, so I can keep some extra line, leader, and stuff in here. My radio, you know, I've attached a little dry bag to the side strap, so I've got some more line and stuff in here. So it's actually, like I said, although I don't need it for wading necessarily, but it's just like a nice fly fishing vest, really. So I can have all my gear right here in this nice Kokatat Leviathan PFD.
That's what the pros do right there.
Day 3, sustained 25 to 30 mile an hour winds.
So I've decided to don backup hat, and I think it's already starting to work. First of all, the ride-in was a lot smoother. Number 2, we've got rainbows everywhere, so it's like, it's ready to happen.
And that kind of gave us a little bit of luck. We still had insane winds. We walked
miles and miles across the flats, but
After 2 days, we could actually start to see the fish.
James got a really nice barracuda. I spotted it, and he made a few casts and got that fish on it. It was a great, great fish. Nice!
After a morning of waiting, pretty much for about 20 kilometers, I decided to take my CUDA rod and do a little CUDA session. And as we're getting out of the boat, coming to a second spot, Jim came across a CUDA, and I saw it in front of him. He literally went right past Jim, and then we started the tango. I think I tossed it about 5-6 times. Finally, he raced and got it, and then he missed it, and 5 more times, and he finally got it, and I brought a big toothy creature into the shore.
There you go. Nice fish, dude. That's fun. There he goes. Oh! Well, at least I finally got him to commit to it. Boom! Woo! Gave that hole a chance to reset where we saw some fish and managed to get one. Not huge, but man. Oh! So all indications are that the wind is dying down tomorrow, and hopefully we're gonna get these kayaks out on the water and maybe get out and do some offshore stuff. So really looking forward to that. Our stay here, our location, is at the Salina Point Bonefish Lodge here in Ackland Island.
We consider ourselves the premier do-it-yourself locale for the fisherman who's looking for bonefish.
Our host has been amazing. The food is amazing. The rooms are clean and comfortable. You sit on the patio and you're looking at the water. I mean, it's hard to find a cooler spot than this.
You will not see other fishermen on the flats. It's remote, but there's no roughing it here. In the morning, they have a breakfast, they take a lunch with them, and they come back to a hot, home-cooked Bahamian dinner, and hopefully a lot of beers.
Get some exercise on my arms and upper body for once instead of my legs like we've had from walking the last few days. God, this water is amazing. Finally, got a good weather window today. Come out here and do what I love to do, and that's offshore fishing. I got my Raymarine element on here, so we're gonna be looking for some bottom structure, do some vertical jigging, but also doing some trolling along the blue water line. Hopefully get on some Dorado, Wahoo. Quite honestly, anything at this point, I'll be happy. Just paddling out here offshore, it's what I love.
So about a year ago, I met Felton at iCast, and he came running up to me and said, "Hey man, I've seen your videos from Panama. You guys need to come out to my place. We got some awesome waters." Jim's on. Not only do we have the best bonefish fishing in the world, but we have really good blue waters just offshore. And today we are out in a drop off from about 50 feet to 1,500 feet within a 10-minute paddle from shore. That's pretty good.
Well, the lodge has asked us pretty much every day to bring back some fish for dinner, but we've only been fishing bonefish, so we couldn't. So today we'll bring them back a little bit of fish. This one was caught really deep. Swim bladder's blown out, so we're gonna bring this one back, maybe have it for dinner tonight. Well, another cool thing is that's a Nassau grouper. That's another new species for me to add to the list. So, boom, I'm stoked on that.
My hat goes with the sonar on the Raymarine. It's a perfect matching hat. I got the sonar hat.
Well, we're trolling along the edge of the drop-off here, and I got slammed. Ah! So that last fish, it went down over the edge of the reef and broke me off. I had fairly light line. I think I have 40 pound on here. So I'm just gonna put a little 100-pound leader on there, just a little, give me that more abrasion resistance in case we got more teeth and that sort of thing. Ah. What do you got? I can't see it. Looks like a jack.
It's a jack.
I don't even know what this is.
Jack?
Huh? New species, but no clue what it is. It's a jack of some sort. So I'm happy about that. We've been trolling and came inside. James got a fish, and a few casts later, I got a fish. Again, we were asked to bring some fish back to the lodge, and the guide said this is a really good tasting fish. So this one's going home with us. Right on. And I swear that's got to be 30 species on that lure at least. So, old dart spin catches fish everywhere I go. Ackland's Island, Bahamas, Salina Point Bonefish Lodge, amazing place. If you have the opportunity, you got to come here and check it out.
The Kayak Fishing Show is brought to you by Raymarine, simply superior. Werner, a great fishing paddle is a great paddling paddle, and that's a Werner paddle. A band of anglers, authentic, passionate, real. Yak Attack, make it yours. Standard Horizon, nothing takes to the water like Standard Horizon. Siegler Reels, delivering the highest quality fishing reels, period.
All right, well, we had one last day down here in the Bahamas, and kind of had to make a choice of what we're gonna do. It's too overcast and too windy to try and fish the flats for bonefish again, so we decided to try and come out offshore. It's a little sporty out here today. See how we do.
We're heading out to, looks like a beautiful little island, or at least looks like a lighthouse island. Just a little bit of blue over there, a change of dip, and we're starting to see flying fish. Hopefully a good sign.
It's small. Whoa, holy cow. Something bigger just grabbed it. Holy cow, dude. I swear I hooked a small fish. And something else bigger grabbed it on its way up. Oh, it's a shark. Yeah, it is a shark. So yeah, I think I had a small rockfish, a small snapper, and a shark grabbed it on its way up.
There you go. Break the hook off.
It did. It cut the hook. So yeah, I had that shark on, got him all the way up, but you know, we're super remote. Didn't want to take the chance of getting cut or something worse out here, so I had the camera boat try to help me and get that lure out of his mouth. Took the safe route. Got to do that sometimes. I don't want to get hurt. All right, well, with these conditions, I'm sure glad we brought the Krakens down here because this boat was made for this stuff. You know, big water, distance paddling, rough conditions. It's at home right here. So I'm pretty stoked that we brought these Jackson Krakens down here.
Well, hit something, hit it trolling out to the shallows. It's long and narrow. It could be a barracuda, but I'm not sure. Many of you know me, know that I like toothy creatures. I can't necessarily say I came here to catch barracuda, but I'd be lying if I said that I didn't want to catch a lot of barracuda. You know, there's nothing I like doing than sight fishing for predator fish, and my last day, sure enough, whack, I got another barracuda.
What you got?
Guess.
Barracuda.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
There you go. Oh, big wave. There we go. I put a little 80-pound Seaguar Premier fluorocarbon between me and the teeth, and I won. Well, technically the Seaguar won, but I'll take full credit for that.
I think it's another shark. Whoa, tough fish though. That's quality fish. Yeah. Oh, whoa, 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 and there he goes. Catch and release. We were letting him go anyway. Once again on that Band of Anglers Hyperlastic prototype.
Barracuda.
Well, that wraps up our time here at Salina Point Bonefish Lodge. We had a great time under some very tough conditions. Super remote lodge, absolutely amazing. Can't thank Felton enough for his hospitality at the lodge, and my buddy James Macbeth for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you're going out this weekend going fishing, please remember, always wear your PFD and keep your paddle right side up. Take care.